Hi, and welcome to my 2019 micro goals video. Of course, keeping with the theme of my channel so far, I am a little bit late getting this out. It's almost the end of January and I am just now publishing my micro goals, but I did accomplish the first one, which was January, so I'm very excited to talk about that. The reason I wanted to do the micro goals is because I'm somebody that tends to be an all or nothing person, and so if I am working towards a goal and it's not coming through the way that I want it to, I just quit. I give up. And a lot of the times I have these great ideas and these lofty dreams, and I'll get partway into it, and then because it becomes overwhelming and life gets in the way, I just stop. So I decided to try this year doing micro goals and just focusing on one or two small items each month of the year, and then hopefully by the end of the year I will have accomplished quite a few large goals. So my goals for the most part are either personal, something specific to myself and my well-being, or home goals. I have a lot of projects that I want to get to this year, and so that's how I've sort of broken them down. So without further ado, January, my goal was to start my YouTube channel, and yay, I did! You're watching it. I'm so excited that you are. It's a little bit hard for me. I do not like being in front of the camera. I am not a shy person, but I just, don't like it being recorded, and it's definitely a little bit of a challenge to put myself out there in this way, but I'm very excited that I am doing it and learning along the way, hopefully getting better with editing, with lighting. It's a little bit challenging trying to figure out where to sit, how to look at the camera, and all that good stuff, but I've done it, and I'm very excited to say that my January goal of starting my YouTube channel has been achieved. Now, of course, I just need to keep it up. So February, I'm going to focus on food and finances. So as you can tell by the name of my channel, Coffee, Cleaning, and Carbs, I love to eat. Food is one of my great joys. But I need to dial it back a little bit. I've been, not feeling that great. I don't have a ton of energy right now, and I know a lot of that has to do with how I'm eating and how I'm fueling my body. So for the month of February, I do want to focus on eating well. Not quite sure if I'm going to do a Whole30 approach or just kind of monitor what I'm eating and making sure that the majority of my diet is lean protein, fruits, and vegetables. So I am hopeful that February will go really well with food, and that because the food will go really well, that I'll have a lot of energy to get a lot of my other goals accomplished. Along with food, I'm also going to focus on finances. When I look at my budget, hands down, number one, the line item that I have the most challenge with financially is food. I am one of those people, I love coffee. As you can tell, I can't even get through a video without a cup of coffee in hand. So I'm a fan of driving through Starbucks or some of the little local chains around here and grabbing a latte after dropping my daughter off at school, or just deciding that I'm tired at night after working a long day and I need to feed my family, so I'll order from a food delivery app, and it's not healthy, but it's also really expensive after a while. So I do really want to focus on keeping that in check, and then also plotting out my financial goals for the rest of the year. I fortunately in a position where I don't have consumer debt, so that is amazing, but I would like to bulk up my emergency fund, focus on getting my percentage of my disposable wages going to my 401k and other retirement accounts up a little bit more. And then also I would like to save for items, and so I'm cash flowing them rather than charging them and paying them off over the next couple of months. So again, there's a lot of house projects that I want to do this year, and I do want to take a vacation with my daughter in the summer, so I want to work on saving up accounts specifically for those items. So March and April, I am not quite sure which order I'm going to do them in, because they're kind of bigger house type items that I want to focus on. So probably in March, I'm going to focus on cleaning out my pantry, organizing it. It's fairly organized, but I just kind of want to spiff it up and make it just really exactly what I need it to be to cook at home, see what food I have, and just be really organized. But then I also want to tackle all of the closets. I'm somebody who, when you come into my house, most of the time you think, oh, it's really neat. You don't have kids, you don't have a mess. But then as soon as you open the door, it's like, dun, dun, dun. And there's just stuff piled everywhere. And I just really want to get it under control. I have a lot of items that just sort of were put into boxes when I moved to this house 5 years ago and have never been unpacked. And so the logical thing to do is to say, gee, it's been 5 years and you have not once looked for that item, so just get rid of the box without even opening it. But my fear is that I might have some memory items in there. I know that I do have some stuff packed away, some letters from my grandmother and things like that. So I do want to at least do the cursory look through the box and make sure that I can get rid of everything in there. But that is definitely a goal for March or April. The other goal, and again, I'm not sure if I'm going to do this in April or March, I might flip-flop them, but I really want to go through all of my kitchen cabinets and convert the opening door ones on the bottom to the slide out, the pull out drawers, so that I can just make more use of the stuff that I have. I feel like, you know, bending over, you kind of just get the pots and pans that are right there in the front that you can see, and you forget about everything that's in the back. And I know I have a lot of good useful items that I'm just not using that would make cooking at home a lot easier, so I do really want to work on tackling that. But here is the reason why I'm not sure if I'm going to do it in March or April. I want to do it myself. So I want to break out the power tools and figure it out. I'm tired of paying people to do things that I really feel like I can probably figure out on my own. And that kind of, again, goes along with the financial goals for this year. I do want to get more money into savings and more money going towards retirement. And if I'm continuing to kind of throw my money around on things that maybe I could do myself with just, you know, more time, I definitely want to try to focus on that. So that is definitely the goal for the spring, getting the kitchen kind of converted to what I really, really want it to be, including the pantry, and then also going through all of the closets in the house. Okay, May. My goal for May is to focus on the outside of the house and the yard. So by that I mean I have a new deck that I had built about 1.5 years ago, and I have yet to furnish it. Again, kind of going along with the financial and time themes. I try, when possible, not to buy things unless I have the cash to buy them. And I just had other priorities last year, so I didn't go ahead and get all of the deck furniture, but I'd really like to get that done this year. And I also want to work on changing some landscaping. For the last couple of years, I've had a lot of ideas, and I've contacted people to try to get quotes and figure it out. But I'm at that point now too, where I just feel like I can do a lot of it myself. There's some stuff that I can't do and I'll need to get help with, like running the sprinkler lines if I need to do that. But I really do want to empower myself and try to get some of these things done on my own. So May is going to be focused on the outside of the house and just kind of making it a place that we really, really want to spend time. Okay, so the next month is June. In June, I have 2 goals. One is the family room. So a couple of years ago, I had some amazing, beautiful built-in bookcases and cabinets put into our upstairs bonus room. And right now, it's just the lower cabinets are filled with all of my daughter's toys, which is great. It's great storage, gets everything put away, so I love that. But I haven't really filled in the bookcases yet. I have boxes and boxes of books in the garage of my books, and they've just been out there, and I want to get them into the house. I want to go through them and figure out which ones I want to keep and which ones I want to donate, and then really style the bookcase, because the bookcase is beautiful and I want it to be something that we just really, really enjoy. The other item I want to focus on in June, and this is going to be really, really hard, is self-care. I am a full-time working person. I work outside of the home at least 40 hours, but more realistically 50 to 60 hours a week. I also am a single parent to a special needs child, and that in of itself is a full-time job. And so at the end of the day, I'm just exhausted. I don't have any time or energy to do the things that I need to do for myself, like eating right, exercising, taking an evening to go out and have a glass of wine with a girlfriend, or, going and getting a cup of coffee and reading, or just taking a walk outside, just doing those things that kind of nourish my soul and fill me up. I don't have the time and the energy for it. And so I know that in order to be the best version of myself and the best mom to my daughter, I need to really just, start filling up my own tank and taking care of myself and making sure that I'm healthy both physically and mentally. And so the month of June is going to be the month where I'm going to focus on saying yes to things for myself and no for things that take away from my ability to carve out time for myself and for that self-care. So that's going to be a challenge, but it hopefully will be a really good month. So for July, I have 2 goals. One of the goals is to reduce screen time. And so the reduced screen time applies to both myself and my daughter. Again, with our busy lives and all of the activities that we are constantly going to for work, for therapy, for school, etc., we're both really tired, and sort of the way that we unwind is by sitting in front of the iPad or watching YouTube or watching TV. And I feel like it's getting in the way of a lot of things, because we all know that you lose track of time when you are sucked into the world of media. I mean, it's designed that way. It's designed to be entertainment and to keep you interested and to keep you watching. And so I really want to focus on reducing or possibly eliminating screen time during the week and even on the weekend. And then the other item I want to focus on in the month of July is being outside and going on mini adventures. So I really want to go exploring in my area. I want to find different things to do so that maybe we can come up with some new hobbies or make new friends, or just find other activities that get us out of the house and get us out of the routine so that we can just be outside, be in nature, be filled up by that. And so that's the goal for the month of July. Next, we're on to August. August is kind of a busy month in our house because it's both my birthday and my daughter's birthday. And so we're exactly 7 days apart. And so I tend to have the first half of the month eaten up with birthday activities, both mine and then preparing for and doing something for my daughter's birthday. So that's always a fun month, but a busy month. And so what I really want to focus on in the month of August is reading. I love to read, and it is something that I have not given nearly enough time over the last several years. Again, kind of the theme of this video, I have a lot on my plate, and so the first thing to go is stuff that is for me, that there's no value in it for anyone else. It's not something I have to do. It's not something that somebody's, following up and making sure is done. So those are the things that tend to get taken off the list, but I want to put reading back on the list. Again, it fills up my cup. It makes me so happy. I get transported into these worlds that I'm, reading about. I love self-help books. I love to read inspiring stories. I love to read just pretty much everything. I just love, love, love to read. And kind of the side thing that I want to focus on is my daughter is reading, and she's learning to read, and she's becoming a good reader. But I also want her to love to read, and I feel like if she sees me just curled up on the couch, just happy and content with a book and a cup of coffee or tea, then hopefully she'll realize that that is just an amazing way to spend a Saturday afternoon, and it's fun to read, and it brings you joy, and it's something that you should make a part of your daily or at least weekly life. So I definitely want to focus on reading. The other item that I want to tackle in the month of August is my laundry room. So my laundry room is kind of a catch-all. I keep a lot of house supplies, light bulbs, extra soaps and whatnot in there. And so I want to spend some time cleaning that up and organizing the cabinets and making sure that I'm really using the best use of space. But the thing I really need to focus on is ironing. I hate it. I hate ironing, but I also don't like to hang clothes back up in my closet or in my daughter's closet. unless they're ready to go, because we're always running late, we're always on our way somewhere. And when I pull something off of a hanger, I need to just be able to put it on or pack it or do whatever it is that we need to do with it. So I tend to, after I wash items, if it's something that needs to be mended or ironed, I'll hang it up in the laundry room on the bar over the washer and dryer rather than putting it in the closet, because then that's sort of my cue that I need to do something with it. Well, that bar is full. There are probably more of my clothes hanging in the laundry room than hanging in my closet. It's a problem. I want to address it. I need to just once and for all go through and get it caught up and then maintain it. And along with that, I really feel like it needs to be a purging moment for me. If it's something that I don't care enough about to wash and iron and hang back in my closet and treat it with the care that it needs, then I need to get rid of it. I need to pass it along to somebody else who would enjoy it, who would use it, and who would take care of it properly. So August, I'm gonna finally get the laundry room under control. Okay, so the next month is September. September is always a busy month because we are going back to school after summer break and just kind of trying to get into the groove of the new routines. So that is the theme for the month of September, is getting the new routines set up and in place. And I want to have both a morning routine, and right now at least I know I want to make the bed, but we'll kind of see where we're at in September to see how elaborate the morning routine is going to be. But basically, at least I want to make the bed and get out of the house on time, fully dressed. You know, none of those walk of shame, taking the kid into school, wearing your pajama pants and, you know, hair in a bun that you didn't even brush. I want to pull it together and walk out of the house on time, looking presentable, having my daughter ready for the day. I also want to establish a really good home from school and nighttime routine. One of the things that we do here in this house that I don't love and I want to work on is we kind of eat dinner separately. My daughter is a really picky eater. She has a lot of challenges with food, and so she tends to eat different food than I do. So because we're not eating the same thing, I'm not preparing it at the same time, so we're not sitting down to dinner together. She's usually eating at the counter in the kitchen, and then I'll eat later on the couch or at the table or just kind of wherever it's convenient. But I really want to start working on eating dinner as a family, even if we continue to eat different things, because that's just kind of a reality with her, you know, challenges that she has. Food is one of those things. But at least if we can sit down together at the same time, talk about our day, you know, share stories, work on those social skills. I want to have that part of our routine. And so the month of September is going to be focused on those routines. October, I have one goal in the month of October, and it's a big one. I want to get to inbox 0. Yes, folks, I know. It's a huge thing. Between work and home, I probably get in the neighborhood of 300 to 400 emails a day, and it's a lot, and I do my best to unsubscribe to things that I don't need, to move things to the junk folder if they're not things I requested, and I try to take care of that and stay on top of it. But again, between the work inbox and the home inbox, there are just a ton of people that we're connected to and that I need to get information from, or I need to send information to, just as part of our daily life. And so my goal for the month of October is to, at least for one moment in time, get to inbox 0. And then if I get to inbox 0, I'm hopeful that I can, you know, kind of maintain something that's reasonably close to inbox 0. I'm not delusional enough to think that it's something that's going to be maintained every day, in and out. But I would really, really like to focus in the month of October to getting down to no email messages, nothing that I owe anybody or that is kind of sitting there on my to-do list. That would just be glorious. Okay, so then moving on to the month of November, I really want to focus on gratitude. I have a lot of challenges in my life. Again, I work full-time. I am a single parent. I have a special needs child. I have a lot on my plate, but I also have so much to be grateful for. I have a very supportive and loving family. I have a beautiful home that I get to live in. I fortunately, knock on wood, have never had to worry about whether I was going to have enough money to eat. And so I know that I'm incredibly blessed, but I think I forget that along the way with the stress and the anxiety that just comes with the daily life. I forget to remember how special and wonderful and blessed I am. So the month of November, I'm going to focus on gratitude. I will probably do a gratitude journal. I will make it a point to focus on, 5 or 10 things that I'm grateful for every morning when I'm waking up and every night when I'm going to bed, sharing that gratitude with my daughter. And so that is what I'm going to focus on in the month of November. Then comes December. December, again, is going to be a challenge. It sounds like a simple goal, but for me, it is really, really difficult. And the item I'm going to focus on in the month of December is getting enough sleep. I have always had a challenge with sleep. I'm somebody that has a hard time shutting off at the end of the day and quieting my mind and actually going to bed. So I'll stay up and watch TV or do something until I'm just so exhausted that my eyes close. And I really want to focus on establishing some good sleep hygiene habits, making sure that I am going to bed at a reasonable hour, that I'm getting the appropriate amount of hours of sleep that I need to fuel my body to allow it to rest and recover. And it's going to be a challenge. It's also going to be a challenge that I put it in the month of December where it's just naturally a busier month than usual. Not only do we have all of holiday stuff going on, but with my job, the month of December is hands down the busiest time of the year as we're sort of closing out year-end activities. And so I know that it's going to be a really big challenge because I'm going to have more on my plate. But if I can do it, I will have more energy to get those things done, and I will have a better attitude about getting them done because I won't be exhausted. My body will be rested. I'll have a good, outlook. I hopefully won't be as cranky, and then, again, hopefully if I am sleeping well, then I can have the energy to get through the rest of the items on my to-do list in December. So those are my 2019 goals. I will keep you posted along the way, and my goal is to try to put out a video once a month and give you an update on how the previous month went and what the plans are for the next month, and I'll bring you along on my journey. I am putting it out here in the internet universe to hold me accountable. Again, I am an all or nothing kind of person, and so if I don't have something in place to kind of check in and have me answer to somebody else, then it would be really, really easy for me to give up. So I'm hopeful that this is going to be an amazing year, and by the end of the year, I will have achieved almost all, if not all, of these goals. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to continue to post content like this, coffee, occasional cleaning, and carbs. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it.